welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a book that really shook things up for a lot of people financially. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right. It's got that core story, doesn't it? The two dads.
Exactly. One dad is, highly educated, works hard, but always seems to be struggling with money. That's the poor dad.
And then there's the rich dad. An entrepreneur, maybe didn't have the same formal schooling, but really got how money works and built serious wealth.
Yeah. So what we want to do today is kind of dig into those different mindsets Kiyosaki lays out, see what the big takeaways are.
It's interesting because he uses them almost like opposing philosophies. It's less about the literal dads and more the ideas they represent.
Totally. And the first big one, it kind of hits you as the rich don't work for money.
Sounds backwards at first, right?
Because, most of us, we work, we get paid. That's the deal. Time for money.
But Kiyosaki's point is that the wealthy focus on building assets, things that make money for them.
Even when they're not, actively clocking in hours, like while they sleep.
Exactly. That's the shift he pushes. Stop just being an employee trading time. Start being an owner and investor, building things that produce income.
And he's really strict about what an asset is.
Oh, yeah. Very specific. Does it put money in your pocket? Regularly. Then it's an asset. Think rental income, dividends, business profits.
And if it takes money out, like a big mortgage payment, car loans.
That's a liability in his book. Even things people normally call assets, like maybe their own house, he'd argue often function like liabilities because they drain cash flow month after month.
That definition, it really sets up his next big point. Financial literacy is just critical. It's everything.
It really is.
Because, school teaches us how to earn money, get a good job, hopefully.
Sure, professional skills.
But not really how to manage it, grow it, make it work for us. It feels like half the picture is missing.
It's a huge gap, he points out. Kiyosaki emphasizes understanding things like cash flow, where money actually goes, not just your salary number, and knowing about different investments and critically tax strategies, how the wealthy often structure things like businesses to legally pay less tax. That's knowledge most employees just don't have.
Right, optimizing the whole system, not just the income part.
Exactly.
Which leads naturally to his idea about, building your own thing. Your own business, your own investments.
Even while you might still have a day job.
Yeah, like starting a side hustle online or buying a rental property or just actively managing a stock portfolio. It's that proactive rich dad mindset.
It's about creating independence, isn't it? Not just saving scraps from a paycheck, but intentionally building new ways for money to flow to you. Changes your whole outlook.
And to do that, you have to be okay with risk, or at least smart risks.
Definitely. He contrasts the poor dad, who was maybe afraid of losing money, very cautious,
Played it safe.
with the rich dad, who saw mistakes or failures not as disasters, but as learning opportunities,
Yeah.
essential for growth.
It's a big mental shift, and tied into that is working to learn, not just to earn.
Yes. He suggests sometimes taking a job not for the highest pay, but for the skills you'll gain, especially things like sales,
Communication.
investing knowledge. That experience, he argues,
Yeah.
that's the real long-term payout. Makes you way more capable down the road.
Okay, so let's be real about the book itself. It's not like a detailed how-to manual, right? You won't finish it and know exactly how to buy your first apartment building tomorrow.
It's not a step-by-step guide. It's more foundational.
But what it does do, and I think this is its power, is it seriously challenges how you think about money, about work, success, freedom. It can rewire your perspective.
True. And look, there are criticisms. People debate if Rich Dad was even a real person or maybe a composite. Some say the advice is a bit too simple sometimes.
Yeah, I hear that.
But that said, the core lessons about assets versus liabilities, the importance of financial education, taking control, those ideas are still gold. They've genuinely changed lives.
Absolutely. So for you listening, if you feel kind of stuck in that grind, paycheck to paycheck,
Or even if you're doing okay, but want to think differently about building wealth.
this book is a fundamental, maybe even essential read. It's a real wake-up call.
It definitely makes you think. And maybe the question to leave you with is, how can you start making your money work harder for you instead of the other way around?